Hello my dear students, welcome to K.K. Tutorial. So today we will study about the phases of the moon. First of all, let me tell you what is the moon. So the moon is Earth's only natural satellite and is the fifth largest moon in the solar system. The moon's surface is covered by rocks and loose dirt which we call lunar soil. In fact, all the stars and planets are larger than the moon but are so far away that they appear very small in comparison. Moon has a diameter approximately 3,476 kilometers. The mass of the moon is approximately 81 quintillion pounds. Distance from Earth to the moon is approximately 384,400 kilometers. Orbital period is approximately 27.3 Earth days. The gravity on the moon is approximately 1/6 of Earth's gravity. There are four main phases of the moon. My dear students, if you look up at the moon at night, you would have noticed that it changes its shape every day. This is because the heavenly body has no light of its own, it can only reflect light from the sun. Only the side of the moon which faces the sun can reflect this light and can appear bright, the other side appears dark. So the main four phases of the moon are new moon, waxing, full moon, waning. So the new moon phase is when the moon is not visible from Earth. The waxing phases are when the moon appears to grow larger. The full moon phase is when the entire illuminated side of the moon is visible from Earth. The waning phases are when the moon appears to grow smaller. The complete lunar cycle. So the lunar cycle is the recurring sequence of changes in the moon's appearance as seen from Earth, which begins with the new moon phase and progresses through waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, third quarter, and waning crescent. In order to complete the lunar cycle, moon has to complete these all 8 phases. My dear students, now we will study these all 8 phases of the moon in detail. New moon. So the students, the new moon is the first phase of the moon where it appears completely dark in the sky. This happens because during this phase, the side of the moon that is facing Earth is not illuminated by the sun. Waxing crescent. This is the second phase which occurs after a few days of the new moon. In these phase, moon appears as a thin crescent shape in the sky, with only a small portion of its surface illuminated. During this phase, the moon moves further away from the sun and more of its illuminated side becomes visible. First quarter. This is the third phase during which people may see either right half of the illuminated moon or the left half of the illuminated moon depending on the location. The moon appears as a half circle in the sky, with exactly half of its surface illuminated by the sun. At this point in its lunar cycle, the moon is 1/4 of the way through its orbit around the Earth. Waxing gibbous. This is the fourth phase where the waxing means growing large and gibbous means shape, thus the growing shape. During this phase, the moon appears in a mostly illuminated crescent shape, with only a small part appearing dark. This occurs as the moon continues to move away from the first quarter phase and closer to the full moon phase. Full moon. This is the fifth phase of the moon when the sun and the moon are on the opposite side of the Earth. During this phase, the entire face of the moon that is visible from Earth is fully illuminated. This only occurs when the moon is on the opposite side of the Earth from the sun, with the Earth sandwiched between. Waning gibbous. This is the sixth phase of the moon and waning means decreasing, so it is known as a decrease in shape. During this phase, the moon appears as a large and bright, but gradually shrinking, crescent shape in the sky. The waning gibbous moon rises in the east in the late evening and sets in the west in the early morning hours. Third quarter. This is the seventh phase of the moon, and the third quarter moon is a phase of the moon that occurs approximately 3 weeks after the new moon phase. During this phase, the moon appears as a half-moon shape, with half of its face illuminated by sunlight. Waning crescent. This is the last phase of the moon, and during this phase two Earth-shine is seen. This phase will end when both the sun and the moon rise at the same time, giving rise to a new lunar cycle. The waning crescent moon is a phase of the moon that occurs approximately 3 weeks after the full moon phase. During this phase, the moon appears as a thin crescent, with a small portion of its face illuminated by sunlight. Thank you for watching, my dear students. If you found these content helpful and informative, then don't forget to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe my channel for more. See you in next video.